Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and we're back in, well, Central Park in New York. Beautiful, isn't it? And this is one of my late night chats, and I'm going to be talking about YouTube and also about Kickstarter channels and normal channels of board gaming. Now, YouTube really wants you to push out a video every day. Oh, yes, they do. They advertise you more, etc., etc. And a lot of channels are... they're really doing it for the money, aren't they? They won't do a video unless they're getting paid for it, which is why they always seem to pump out a video of some dross, some boring as claptrap video. And you'll know it's boring and claptrap because they've got 50,000+ subscribers and only 80 people have watched a video of that. And, for example, the last 2 weeks on Kickstarter, it's been dross, dull and boring. It felt like a preview window of what's coming out at Gen Con because everything was just subpar. This kind of run-of-the-mill, safe games, nothing outstanding, nothing ambitious or anything like that. Just small fry, stuff that if you caught in your fishing net, you'd throw back in the ocean as you're waiting to catch the big fish. What's this? The boathouse in the middle of a park? I guess that's for the lake, but closed because it's frozen. There's no coffee shop with hot chocolate to go inside? Yeah, oh well. Oh, a red, was that a robin? Red-breasted robin? I actually saw a red-breasted robin here winter, despite having no snow here in Mexico. So they don't just come to cold places at winter, but also hot places if 27 degrees is hot to you. If you're from Mexico, 27 degrees is get your gloves on and your woolly hat on. If you're a local round here. Surprising, isn't it? Anyhow. So, these channels are all basically shills. They're pushing out content because they're getting paid for it or they feel like they need to. They're deliberately waiting to push content out and stuff. And it's why they've got videos coming out even when they're on holiday because they feel a slave to this. There's certain YouTubers that are compromised, like Board Game Company, the Alex Radcliffe, who's tied up with GameFound. He is forced to do videos that come on GameFound, so he puts a positive spin. You'll notice he does less of the things that I don't like about this Kickstarter if it's on GameFound, because he's trying to promote that being a shill. He's he's lost his independence, hasn't he? So, yeah, it's you know, these slow times on Kickstarter is when to expect my channel to go quiet, because do you really need me to do a video of some small fry that isn't going to be exciting? I mean, at the end of the day, your collection, your board game collection, deserves only the best. And that's what I'm trying to show here on the channel. Although my last video of the God of War, that is a serious insult to the IP. What Simon have done, they always seem to be rubbing me up the back some way when they launch a project. Hey. If you're hiring for a new CEO, that's all. Or a consultant, Simon, I'll be happy to do it because you keep making mistakes, in my opinion. Anyway, so if something that you expect to be big, you expect me to at least look at it. Certainly I will look at that, but the small fry stuff, don't expect me to do that. Because some people contact me and say, welcome back, as if I took a holiday. But really, I was looking, but there was just nothing out there. So be suspicious of all those channels pumping this stuff out. You often see their videos on the main campaign page also. So they have to remain positive, including Radho. When he does his videos, he has to remain positive. He always ends up saying, I've sent my comments, my negative what he's talking about. His comments back to the designer. Because, when it's Kickstarter, it's basically an alpha, and you do expect it to change. It's why it really aggravates me when you hear YouTubers say they don't like this game after playing it at a conference, because it is in alpha. It's like, you can't say I don't like the game, because it would likely have changed so much in alpha. And of course, even when it comes to Kickstarter, things are still in flux at that point, if it's fully not designed, which is most of the time, isn't it? It's not fully designed, and it adapts to become more fun after it gets more play tested, when things start to become more solid. So what is the job of a YouTuber? Isn't it just to get you excited for something that you may have missed, or you want to get someone's opinion? Because at the end of the day, everybody on YouTube is just a person that you might find in the pub. Or let's say you go on holiday and you meet all of these people in the same room. Which ones do you want to talk to about the industry or whatever, or a game or something? Because at the end of the day, they're just a person. They aren't professional in any way. They've not gone to journalism school. They are just some random person that has got into the hobby and picks up a video camera. That's all it is, isn't it? And if you're not aware of what Hollywood are doing, they are going to ban people talking about movies, doing a review of a movie on YouTube, because it's harming the product, especially because influencers with large subscribers do clickbait titles saying this movie is rubbish, and they aren't even a full reviewer and seem to criticize it in a wrong way, when really you need to be objectively critical for a movie. Anyhow, is that bad that they're banning it? Well, actually, Nintendo started it. Nintendo, yes. You try to do a video review online, you will get your channel taken down, because they hate criticism. Nintendo are fully aware that it damages their products. So Hollywood, just following good old Nintendo, is what they're doing. And can you imagine if that came to other industries also, where you just banned dissent, so you actually got professional critics, and those professional critics would then live or die by what they say, as they are making you spend your money. Then the whole critic thing gets tightened up, and you then trust who you want to trust, instead of this YouTube landscape of every Tom, Dick and Harry pushing out a video review or whatever it is. At the end of the day, my favourite game is Fallen Land, a post-apocalyptic board game, but I don't feel like I need to do a review of it on my channel. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy in a pub, and that's my favourite game. There we go. I love it. And so that it's basically, that's it. It's just an opinion from someone in the pub. It's just an opinion that someone you have on holiday. It's not some high-ranking critic, and there's none of them in the board gaming industry. Sort of. There is a board game magazine that I look at, Tabletop Gaming. Technically, those people are reviewing games and they're getting paid for it. And I'm guessing they have all got journalistic backgrounds. The Dice Tower still is getting people in that are not journalists, and you know they're not journalists because they say so many sweeping statements like Z Garcia, who really gets up my back, or he has done this year. Again, that's just some guy in the pub. I'm not going to buy him a drink or anything like that, but, you know, hey, I'll still say hi to him, whatever. So you just need to be mindful. At the end of the day, expect Kickstarter to go quiet, expect channels to go quiet if that is the case. We are not trying to fill up your house with board games. We are simply trying to get your ear cocked to the news that something is special on Kickstarter. And then you go about your business researching it, of course. You might come to my channel, see what my opinion is on it. You might check some other channels, watch some playthroughs, look at the rule book, even though that's going to be super early when it comes to Kickstarter. Anyway, you'll be able to go on Tabletop Simulator and all that stuff. And these days, you know, you can really get into the weeds of crowdfunding, aren't you? Because you can join their what is it called? So they have social programs where you can go in and you can talk to the devs about your concerns and stuff, and they can do some online playthroughs with you. And Discord, there you go. Discord channels are bringing you closer to being a active backer, where you're helping, play test it and things like that. Anyway, peeps, that's what I'm trying to say. Expect when Kickstarter's quiet, these channels should go quiet. We don't want the small fry, we want the big fry, or we want the super big stuff that should be big but isn't. God of War, for example, had to do that one. I mean, it's a massive IP, and Simon have dropped the ball so far on it. There's 14 days to go on the campaign. Simon likes to surprise people with the boxes and boxes and boxes of expansions. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But I mean, I've got 160 channels subscribed on YouTube. They cover all kinds of hobbies. They cover all kinds of media, politics, news, whatever it is. How many do you have? That's an interesting question. Because for me, my 160 subscribers, they've been really quiet this year. Like, really quiet. And what are they doing? Are they just going quality is better than quantity? Are they switching to another form of media? Is there a competitor to YouTube? Yes, I guess X or Twitter is the competition, I guess. But I'll tell you which channels aren't getting quiet, and it's the board gaming ones, because they are all shills and will promote anything. Which, for me, I just ignore it. It's very simple, just to ignore that. And I think that's what you should do also. And all that good stuff. So, there we go, peeps. What's your YouTube subscribing like? Is it mainly just board gaming stuff that's coming in? Have your subs to your other stuff slowed down like it has for me? And do you feel like the other channels are less quality but are pushing out... Sorry, less quantity but better quality? Is that what's happening on YouTube now? I really don't know. But that's certainly not happening in the board game space, which is as amateur as it comes. I think the Tabletop Board Gaming magazine, if that does get bigger and they start their own channel, that's probably one I would respect out of the most, because it is the most professional. It really is. So, you know, they're all journalists. They have an editor-in-chief. They're getting paid a very good salary, and they, you know, you can buy the magazines in the countries it publishes. They are held to account. They are far more prestigious as a critic than any YouTuber. So, yeah. there we go. And the last month of the Tabletop magazine was so boring also that I didn't actually have anything to cover from it. So we'll wait for next month. That's the way it is. And you know, that's how the video game industry has gone as well. That also has now periods of months where nothing is happening. And all YouTube goes quiet. The magazines come out, but they're generally doing previews and stuff like that. And so yeah, watch yourself out there, and yeah, interesting to see what your YouTube channels are like as a whole, not just board gaming ones. Anyway, peeps, if you saw anything the last 2 weeks that you've backed, please put it in the comments and I'll take a look at it, and I'll tell you why I didn't cover it, because I have been looking at 99% of stuff. And check my community page out on YouTube. You'll see lots of comments, and I've mentioned that it's been a real quiet week. I do mention stuff in there if you're wondering why my channel's gone dark. So I'll kind of post in there if it's a quiet week or a quiet month and stuff like that. But don't assume I'm on holiday, because if I am on holiday, I will tell you the channel it's going dark or something like that. And I might have a late night chat ready if I'm on holiday or something like that. But anyway, this week's pretty much dead in the water now, isn't it? Just God of War to do, and we'll see what comes out next week. So yeah, there we go, peeps. That's my late night chat in the park. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough and the chat. Love to know your comments down below. Think about, if you got this far in the video, please give it a like, and think about subscribing on the channel, or check out any other of my special programs, including my late night chats and other stuff you'll find in that playlist. So thank you so much for listening. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe, and bye for now.